What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. So we're getting a little bit scary today, and we are going to be taking a look at Resident Evil Village. Now, Resident Evil Village is a game I've not actually fully played through at all. In fact, I've only watched through this game, so I don't really know what on earth happens properly by actually playing it myself, just by watching some people play it like once a long time ago. So I'm kind of excited to just have a look at this game, but it's very dark. So we've got the frame rate counter because in this game, we actually have the display options here to do ray tracing and a high frame rate mode, which we will muck around with in a second. Now, as you can see, we are looking well above that 60 frames, which is really nice, making the game feel incredibly smooth. And to be honest, just really exciting that you can play some of these like AAA horror games or whatever from just a few years ago above 60 frames now. So, excuse me, I feel like this is a good part to take a look at. I have to apologize, I'm still not very well. I feel like this is a good part to sort of like muck around in. I'm hoping it's auto-saved here so we can kind of load out and then, because I feel like this is going to be one of the most demanding scenes, right? Rendering in the whole village, but yeah, like if we look down here, we're dropping frames into the 70s. Excuse me, guys. So let's just go back out to the main menu for a second and turn off the ray tracing mode and just see what is affected frame rate wise for that area. So if we turn off ray tracing, keep on high frame rate. Excuse me, guys. I have to apologize. Sorry about this. Sorry, guys. Just had an absolute sneezing fit there, so I do apologize. But okay, we booted the game back up with ray tracing off, and you can see in this massive area here, we are at a locked 120 frames per second, which is absolutely insane. Like that is crazy. Yeah, okay, the game's a little bit old, but it's a AAA game from a few years ago now. And you can see we're at flipping 120 frames per second. To me, that is absolutely incredible that we get that experience on a console. This is one of those. Things where it's just like, this is something that shouldn't be doing this on console, right? It's kind of incredible. Graphically, it's looking like really, really, really good as well. Like I'd have no problems with this graphics. Like I can't believe that this is actually how it is. But I would say don't ever run this game without the high frame rate mode. It's just going to cap you at 60, so there's no point us even really taking a look at that. You want to be playing this in this 120 frame mode. But let's go back to the ray tracing mode and see if we can see a difference. It really sucks that you have to quit out the whole game just to enable ray tracing. I kind of never really understand why that's something that's needed in some games, but yeah, let's put ray tracing back on. I'm going to say it just to wind that guy up again even further, who every time I talk about how I'm not bothered by ray tracing, he decides to let me know that he doesn't care and that I need to stop mentioning it. But what he doesn't realize is in a lot of different games, people don't watch every game I test. Some new people watch different games to the channel because they're just interested in that specific game I'm testing at that time. So it's always valid me mentioning I'm not that bothered by ray tracing. It doesn't bother me enough to the point where like this game is entirely changing, because I gotta say, I sit here and I could not see a single difference between the ray trace mode and the ray trace off mode, because it's just not something I could look out for and really see anywhere. And to drop that much frames down to the point where we're in the high 60s compared to the 120 locked that we were at, I don't know if it's worth it, you know. I think it's probably fine just playing it. I mean, it's a single-player game, so, like, 60 frames, I shouldn't be talking like 60 frames is bad by any means, because it's just not. Like, it's, 60 frames is very, very good in a game like this, but 120, man, oh, that's hard to knock. So, in the indoor areas, let's see, with that ray tracing mode on, how are we looking? We are up to a more stable, higher frame rate at this point. It's definitely up in the 80s more and the 90s, which is really, really good to see. So yeah, that's pretty good, I have to say. Pretty impressive that a game is doing this. Okay, we've got the cutscene here, right? How do I... Yeah, there we go. I'm going to skip the cutscenes because I don't want to spoil the game for me. I know I've played it a long time ago. There's a lot of dead things here. There's a lot of dead things here. But I don't want to spoil the cutscenes because it's something... Let's skip again. Oh, hello. I don't really want to waste my ammo. I mean, I'm going to restart anyway when I play this myself. How do I kick? Oh dear. We wasted so many bullets. This guy is tanky, Jesus Christ. Can he really not? How do you knife? Okay, he's gone. Jeez. Okay, how do you knife? That's block. Oh, I have to switch it out and then knife. I see. Okay, but in that combat, we were actually dropping right down to 60. So I think let's go backward to the ray tracing mode off for a second and retry a scene with combat and kind of see if it's actually locked to 120 with ray tracing off, because if it is, I think you've got a really like tough decision of kind of what to choose between. All right, let's go for the knife action here. Yeah, that 120 counter is not going anywhere, guys. Yeah, that's very stable. Like, that's a very, very stable frame counter. It's not moving. So I think that's kind of incredible, actually, that we should get a locked 120 experience. So I don't know. That's a really hard decision. Maybe you want to play. Yeah, maybe you just want to play it like locked at 60 with the RT mode, because it might actually give, especially if you're not on a VRR display, it may just give you all the worse experience. Okay, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go back and let's cap the frame rate and put ray tracing on and see if we do definitely get that locked 60. I think we will. And also see if there's any graphical differences between locking the frame rate and unlocking the frame rate, right? Because that's kind of something that's important. So let's have a look at that. 60 frames, good. Nice, solid 60. Let's see what happens here. God, yeah, 60 feels way worse than... Sorry, 60 feels much worse than the uncapped RT mode. Yeah. You don't even bother playing in this mode. I would say that would be silly. Can we not just push him away? Like, how strong is this guy? Okay, yeah, knifing is not the way to go in this game. I feel like you kind of got to shoot these things, but I feel like ammo, like conserving ammo is so important in these types of games. Okay, we got him. Okay, there we go. So I don't know. I'm impressed. I wouldn't play that mode. Definitely enable the high frame rate mode. Don't know why you can't do it from here. That seems crazy to me. But all in all, this is a great experience. I 100% would play like this. This is the way to play. The only thing I would say is hard to make a decision on is whether you enable RT or not. I think, since I'm going to say my decision for if I was playing this game, you guys like make your own decision, of course, but from my opinion, if I was playing this game through right now, which I do plan on doing very soon, I would absolutely put on ray tracing, probably, because I feel like indoors in some of the later areas of the game, my monitor's glitching, so the frame rate graph's not showing. Sorry, guys. But if I was playing this game for myself later on, which I will be, then I would probably just play this game with the ray tracing mode on. Let me just pop the frame rate counter back up every time my monitor. Some reason, capture cards are such a huge problem, guys, with like disconnecting from the monitor and the monitor not picking them up any longer. It's so annoying. Try to enable my gun. Stuck on something. Okay, he's dead. Cool. Well, there we go. So yeah, this is the way I play, because it's definitely don't cap it. It's insane that it actually runs that much higher than 60 anyway. With RT, that's kind of ridiculous. But it shows how much of an RT, how much RT really just destroys, console hardware, right? Like even on an old game like this, from a locked 20 down by like 40 to 50 FPS. It's kind of insane that that's how much of a toll it takes. So, yeah, even in an old game, pretty insane. But at the end of the day, this runs really well. I would think to play it in RT mode, unless you want a locked 120 experience, you've got the option. I think that's pretty incredible, to be honest, all around, that you can actually do that. So yeah, that's how personally I would play it. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I don't think there's any more to go and do here, because I think we can see the experience, we see how it runs. We can look at water here and everything's good. Like, solid 70 plus FPS at all times. It barely drops to 60, only very occasionally. And I'm pretty sure that there was significant problems when in this game when it first launched. I remember watching the person that I watched play through, and they had constant frame drops on PC. So I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where it's just this game has become really well optimized, but it was bad at launch. I don't know what the console launch was like, because I watched a person play this on PC, so you guys will have to let me know. But I'm pretty sure the PC version was absolutely terrible. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I will see you in future videos. Have a great rest of your day, and yeah, bye-bye for now.